Hi, it's Dale Thomas here. This is the Wedding Help NI podcast, and we're getting a bride's perspective today of organising a wedding and what's all involved with Natalie. Natalie, welcome along.
Hello, how are you?
Not too bad. Natalie, of course you are a wedding supplier, but you're also planning your big day at the minute.
Yeah, I'm right in the thick of it. Although I took a longer engagement. I started planning my wedding 3 years before the date. So
before you got engaged?
No.
Oh right, I was thinking we're on the longer.
No, as in from getting engaged to getting married, it'll be 3 years exactly, nearly. So
I always said that about the wife. You know, I think she knew our wedding coordinator before. You know,
not like a woman who's well organised.
Engaged, like, you know.
Yeah. So I've had plenty of time to plan it, but yeah, I'm planning my own wedding at the minute. It's now less than a year, to be fair. Now it's next May, so I'm sure that'll run in fast. But
yeah,
let's start from the beginning. How did you and your partner meet, and then when was the question popped, and how did that all happen?
Met in a nightclub, like 10, well,
classic.
Yeah, in a nightclub like 11 years ago, 11 years ago. Yeah, we've been together about 10 years now. So, and yeah, like the whole way through uni and so on. And now we have 2 kids, and we got engaged in 2023, May 2023, and we're getting married in May 2026.
Yeah.
Where
did he propose?
In Castleknock Hotel down.
Oh, down Dublin.
We did a wee weekend away to bring my son to Dublin Zoo, and then that evening in Castleknock. Yeah. Oh. So lovely hotel.
Very nice.
When you first got engaged, what was the very first thing that you booked or planned?
We focused on the venue first and narrowing down dates, budgets, some like non-negotiables for venues. Like me specifically, I wanted a venue that had accommodation on site. I wanted one where I could have the ceremony at the venue. I wanted one with in-house catering so that I didn't have to do anything more. And what were my other non-negotiables? The other thing I sort of had in my head was I have 3 sisters, and 2 of them have got married really recently, and we've all sort of had different types of venues. So
right.
I just wanted something.
Was that really important? That wasn't the same venue, or like it was?
It's not even that it was really important, because their weddings were unreal. It was more that all 3 of us were aware we're having the same guests at every one.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah,
we have a huge family, and you know, they were at both weddings, and the 2 weddings were on like out of this world, but they had their own different things that made them unique. So you know, one of them got married in a country house, one got married in the Four Seasons in Carningford. That's like the village we grew up in as kids. And then I picked a castle for my wedding, so that it's just a slightly different vibe. But so I sort of then narrowed it down to like the types of venues that I would want, and then started booking viewings in, and went around a load of them, and sort of, you know, numbers were a thing. Like I would say to any couples out there, don't have an idea of what your rough numbers are going to be before you get to a venue. It's like, it would be very disheartening to get to a venue and your numbers won't fit, or the other way around. Like you want a smaller wedding.
I think even over
too big,
you know, or even over packing a room as well.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, nothing worse.
And
you know, like I think that's very detrimental towards even them whenever the entertainment arrives, and the hotel trying to get the room turned around.
Yeah.
Like I know if there's a hotel just sticks in mind. I'm not going to even mention it, but I know they do big weddings, if that makes sense, like the it's big Donegal weddings.
Yeah.
And the room there's
some weddings are 300 odd people, like,
and it never gets turned around, because it's taking an hour and a half to get it turned around.
Yeah.
Just to get a bit of.
There's some venues that specialise in that, and it's
just to get a bit of space for the entertainment to get set up and all. So I think knowing that as well, and knowing your room size is so important. You know,
it is. Like I definitely would have. Numbers was, to be fair, one of the first things I sat down with my mummy, and we sort of figured.
And do you think as well, we should say as well, your mum, of course, is in the wedding industry?
Yes, my mum makes wedding cakes. So
do you think that was probably a big help?
Oh yeah,
to you, and even in your whole planning process, with you being in the wedding industry, your mum being in the wedding industry, you're a great starting point, because for
Absolutely.
somebody coming to that, they really don't know these things as well.
I know,
isn't
and
it,
like
right?
you do get talking to the other couples, and they would say like you could have one extreme to the other. You could meet one person and they're like, oh, my best friend just got married, my sister, my cousin, we were all heavily involved, and you get to see into it. And then you might meet another couple where they're going, this is the first wedding in our family in like years, years. And like the wedding world's changed so much. So you do need to take your time with it. Like, and it might be that some things that are, are non-negotiables for you are like off people's radar, and their non-negotiables are something different. Like, some people might say, no, like I have to have, like food is the most important thing of the day, and I want this exact caterer. I want to find a venue surrounding that. Location might be a really big thing. Like, I sort of was very open to location. I was like an hour and 15 minutes from where I live, and I am sort of looking all round in that sense. Whereas other people might be like, no, like me and my partner are from the same place, so everyone was traveling. Keep it near enough from the same place.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have, a couple where they're both from, opposite ends of Northern Ireland, they might go, no, we need one in the middle. Yeah. So it's good to like get all those wee bits pulled together and start researching venues, and then book your viewings and go in and go and see them, walk about, ask all the questions, like have a wee list of questions in your head before you go, and then a date, like a rough date. Like some people are very much like, the date's sentimental, we need it this time. I'm a teacher, so my date was very focused around that. Like I wanted a May wedding, but I didn't want to be back at work too long before maybe going on honeymoon or so on. So I wanted the May bank holiday weekends.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of thought process in it all. Like, isn't it? Like, it's
your mind goes.
So,
your mind
like
can go everywhere,
it's a date. It's like, as you say, like when you're saying there about venue, I would never thought about how many can fit in.
Had you looked at a lot of venues, or
we looked at maybe like I looked at a lot online. Like I went through Instagram and looked at millions of venues and sort of narrowed it down. But I narrowed it down because of the things that I didn't want. I wanted. I have a very big family, and I wanted accommodation. Like I wanted all my immediate family to be able to stay. And I wanted it all to be in one place, so I needed to make sure that I had a venue that the ceremony could be inside or outside if it rained. So they were the places that I narrowed it down to, and then I viewed a few. But once I viewed, I ended up picking Darver. Once I viewed Darver, I didn't go to any viewings after that. So
and are you having your ceremony as well?
Yeah, we're having everything there, all in the one place. Just make it easy. Don't need transport and things.
I think it's great for guests too, so it is.
Yeah, like it's so laid back in that way. Like a later start to the day, so there's no rush in the morning. But they were sort of the things that I had in my head. I knew like the place had loads of rooms. I sort of liked the idea of a venue being wedding exclusive as well. So like where there is no public in and there's no one staying in the rooms, and you have full access to every room in the place. So that was another bonus. But I sort of collated all that together, looked at a few venues that I was actually going to go and see. Like you can get the brochures ahead of time, look at their budget. Like the budget is a big thing, and check, is everything feasible? Like if you're having big numbers and it is just working out too expensive, don't go and view it if you're going to be disheartened.
I think even starting with a budget and writing it down and saying, look, we're keeping within this. Yeah, it's really important, rather than just sort of going, I like that, rather than just going crazy and just saying, I'm going to get that.
Because you could book. You can just go mad. Like it is so easy to go mad. But no, I think if you gather all that together, get your venue, a date obviously helps. Some people are so very much like, I just want a summer wedding, it needs to be on a Saturday, or has to be a Thursday, or has to be whatever. I didn't. I was like, Saturday or Sunday will suit me, because I knew I was getting married on site, so it could be a Sunday as well. So I went with that, and then I used once I picked my venue, I went with their availability on what day that I ended up being. Other people might be very much like, no, it has to be this exact date. So ask the venues ahead of time. If it has to be that
but
date. But
even as well, with like the Sundays have become so popular.
They're very more popular.
And because I know I think I had every Sunday in June, July and August.
Unreal.
Sort of, which was, I think every year it's getting busier and busier.
Which, you know, once
and especially if you have a bank holiday, it's a no-brainer because it's, you know what I mean? Like
most people are off the day off.
Next day anyway. Like, so that works.
Yeah, so I think the date is a big thing. Like some people do pick wedding dates because they're sentimental. You know, it's like their anniversary or like their engagement anniversary or something. So, and then once we got our venue booked, I then got on the Instagram and went around. Actually, like a good thing to do is go onto the venue's Instagram and go to their tagged posts and their tagged photos. I like doing that. So the next two things I sort of focused on were the photographer and the videographer. So, and they're actually both wedding help NI suppliers. So I booked Carrie Lee Kearney, who's the artisan photographer. She did my friend's wedding, and her stuff is just unreal. I loved her style. And I could tell she'd done the venue before. I could just tell that she was like right up my street. And she got on voice noting me, and I could tell straight away that.
So was that the next big one then from the venue? Was photographer and videographer.
The videographer. Again, videographer. It's like a lot of it is recommendations. So I had Rory McKeever doing my video, and he's on wedding help as well, and he would know my sister from work and so on, so
that's nice. There was a wee bit of a connection.
So and once I got them two secured and the date, one thing I would say to couples is like it is hard taking the plunge on like booking a supplier when it is a bigger spend, like the photographer and videographer are really important parts of the day, obviously. Is I started doing this thing where I asked myself if if you were debating, do you book that? If they messaged you tomorrow and said, sorry, I'm unavailable now, would you be absolutely gutted? And if you were, maybe you should book them, there and then and get it secured. So I sort of was, going with that. Like if they came back to me tomorrow and went, no, someone's just taking the date on you, like, would you be absolutely raging? So, they were the first two things I booked, and then the next big thing that I booked was my entertainment for the evening. So
what sort of entertainment were you?
Like DJ. So I've booked DJ McGee's, which is very popular at the minute. But I suppose I'd booked him like nearly 3 years in advance. So luckily he was available. But they were sort of the first three that I got secured, and then I did sort of start taking my time with other things.
What about like decor and stuff? Or
decor? Yeah, cake. My mummy's going to make the cake. So I'm lucky that way that mum's going to make the cake, and I don't have to make any decisions until the lead up with that one. Decor, now to be fair, the venue I've picked like the ceremony room and all is completely fully decorated. So it is. So I just need some decor for the reception room, which is good. And then things like celebrant, because I'm getting married at the venue, I needed to get a celebrant. Now, I'm getting married down south, so it is a wee bit different. Like, so, I needed to do my research into that. Some celebrants can only legally do it in the north, and some can do it across both, and some can only do it in the south.
Did you find that a difficult process? Because I always find with celebrants and stuff, it's well hard to get the information.
I know, but it's all legal word with them. Like, they know their stuff, don't they? But
and that legal thing can be hard to get the information.
So I actually reached out to my photographer, and because she was always at Southern Weddings, and said, can you see, like when you're talking to people that aren't at every part of the wedding, it is hard to know what to do. So I just thought, well, the photographer and videographer at every part of every wedding. So I reached out to her and was like, you've seen a million weddings, will you give me some advice on what to be at here? So she sent me 3 recommendations, and then my sister was getting married down south, so I knew I was going to get to see her celebrant, so I ended up booking the same celebrant that did my sister's wedding, because she's registered down south. So that's something to look into. But see, like going on to those wedding help forums, like Wedding Help NI, like if there's any wee random question you have about booking a wedding, like somebody knows the answer. Like you just.
But even the fact that you reached out to the supplier, and they helped you.
I always trust the suppliers' recommendations, so I do. But even like really silly questions, like I've posted in that group before saying like, so with my wedding, most people are reaching out to us and saying we want to stay the night off, and obviously it only sleeps so many people. So I put on the wedding help page, is there anyone that's got married there recently that knows like close by places? And it turns out that there's a hotel down the road that has a whole setup where they run a bus, and so and I would never have been that.
That's brilliant too, do you know, wasn't it?
So and then just loads of wee things, like if you need something local to your own venue, like there will be a million vendors or wedding couples that have been at that venue and know the crack. So it's good that way. So I've posted, I'm sure Chris has seen it, I've posted some random questions, like just random things that come into your head that you maybe just don't know the answer on.
It's probably helped you as an upcoming bride.
And or even like, so like if you have a venue that doesn't do like a food tasting and you don't know what meals to pick, I just posted in and said, has anyone tried the food? Can you tell me what's the nicest meals? And help me decide what meals to pick for on the day. So it's good that way. Like get your big things sorted, like your venue, photo, video, celebrant, seamstress. And then you can start to sort of tick off your entertainment, your band, and you can start to tick off the rest of it, like, one by one, and maybe take a slower approach to it. Like I think I booked most of my vendors over the course of like a year. Like I took my time. Once I got the big ones done, I sort of took a few months off nearly.
And I think you need that too, because, there is a lot of even outlays there, where deposits and stuff have to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything, you're thinking about all these budgets, and you're thinking about everything. Yeah. So, I suppose the longer process, of having, 2 years or whatever for a wedding lead up, it's really important too, to give yourself
the time.
That you're just not all the time engrossed in it,
Yeah. And even now, like, it's less than a year, but I had most of my stuff organised like ages ago. Like, so, like, at the minute I'm doing nothing. Like, I'm starting to save, Instagram posts into like a wee folder for like Instagram.
And your partner, obviously, he's been flat out as well, organising everything.
Sounds
towards
like
it.
He just about knows the date. He told people they won't be here for a while. He told people it was 2025 and it was 2026 for a wee while. So, no, I think I've really taken the lead on this one. But
I think it is as well. As like even whenever I got married, I had nothing.
Really?
Done
you
nothing.
just showed up.
I showed up, like So it is.
No, I think us women like.
I liked doing on it though.
Yeah.
I liked to. I suppose I take my time over things like picking who was doing my makeup and who was doing the hair. Like, I was like, right, this week it's makeup, so I spent the week looking at different makeup artists and figuring out who was available, and I talking to vendors, like, see your photographer and videographer and content creators, like, you get to see that whole morning. Mm-hmm. So like for me it wasn't even just like who's gonna do nice hair and makeup on the day. I wanted like timekeepers as well.
Yeah.
Like I wanted people that were gonna like make sure that everything was on time that morning so that I could relax.
I think that's such an important thing as well.
Yeah.
Time on the day, because I think like even whenever me and Jimmy got married, the thing was we sort of knew, like, Jimmy had sang in bands and she had sung in our wedding venue.
Over
and we knew that the timing at our wedding venue, they could be quite lit, they could be quite
okay,
but we really loved the venue.
Yeah.
And what we had really said,
just try and stick to the times.
We needed, and we were really good in times. And to be fair, that night we had the wedding meal done for 7:00.
Amazing.
which I don't think they'd ever done. Their like, but it shows that if you're, like we really went right. Photographer now, and there's wee things as well you can save in your day, and it's knowing all these wee tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of that we had sort of really done.
I know, and your suppliers lend to that so much, like, don't they? Like,
aye. And I think if
I really trust them, like that they.
I think if you say to your suppliers, look, we're really conscious of time, we really want to get,
and that's your priority for the day. They'll keep on. Yeah. So like, and it, you do spend so much of your day with your media. Your media suppliers, so
especially if there's something that you specifically want captured.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, yes, it might only take you 2 minutes to doing it, but to actually go and do that setup, and get you away and do this and do that, it does take a lot of time. So I agree, you definitely need time keeping. Like,
so, and I do think, like, on the morning of, your hair and makeup and your media team are helping you with your timekeeping.
Big time
the day. So all of that was important to me. And then you can start looking at all like the wee fun add-ons that maybe make your day slightly different to other weddings you've been to. Because there's loads of routes you can go, like the different types of bands you can have and the different music and
live drawings.
Yeah. But
have you got anybody doing that for your own day? Or?
We don't know anybody, sure, but
keep that under wraps. But I know, like, and you do. You know, I love telling everybody who I've booked, but there is a few wee things that I haven't. That you do keep under wraps for the day of. So
I suppose even music's a really important thing in the day. You know, from songs to entrance songs to stuff like that as well, and all that there is really important as well.
And even like where I'm getting married, the ceremony and the drinks reception are like 10 meters from each other. So I was able to book the same person to do both, to sing at my ceremony and then just literally move to the next room and then sing at the drinks reception. So I've booked Maria Rooney. She's actually sang at like my parents' 50th birthday parties in our house.
Fantastic.
And she's in the VIPs who did the band that did my sister's wedding. So she's now she's met my family, and so it's nice to get to know your suppliers in that sense. Like even my photographer, we brought the kids to do like a wee Christmas photo shoot with the photographer to get to know her a bit better. So she's now met my kids and she's met Stephen. So
that must be nice. That must give you
nice.
More comfort.
And you do, because you do, like, I bet you do put so much trust in, like, I would like to think the day of your wedding you don't technically have to do anything. So, your trust is in everyone else. So get onto the pages, ask all the questions and get recommendations from people, and trust, like, your venue will know so much information about supply. Like, they see suppliers literally at every wedding in the place. And your actual suppliers themselves, like, ask them for recommendations of who they've seen in action and they can trust, like, that everything will run smoothly when they turn up. So there's just so many aspects on the wedding. Like,
any or advice? I got lots of advice there. Any or big advice?
Just you do whatever you want.
I think that's important as well. Don't be swayed too much with or. Did you find that hard because with your mum and all involved in the wedding industry? Was that quite?
Well, I suppose we wouldn't, like, me and my sisters wouldn't have pressure that way to make sure we book so much. Like, we all love to get involved and plan everything, but it's easy to get swept up with the way social media is, that you have to get all these extra things booked. But you just have to, like, once you've got all the main stuff done, like, just take a step back and be like, right, do what would we value on the day? Like, other people are different and prefer certain aspects. Some people prefer, like, that food's more important, that you might want to put more money into food, like have ice cream, or like wee extras during your drinks reception. And some people prefer to put their money into the entertainment so that guests have something to be at all day. So like, there's just, and I suppose a wedding's just about mingling and people getting together, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
There's so many parts of it, but you can just take your time over it and get the advice from the people that know their stuff. Like, get on and ask your suppliers and ask previous couples in that group, and you'll get everything you need. Like, you really will.
I think we've touched on lots. Thank you so much, Natalie.
No bother.
There we go, a perspective from a bride to be, and best of luck with your big day.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye for now.